Welcome everyone. The topic for the day is safety reports. We'll talk about how log reports have been noted down and taken into consideration for the future references. So let me give you certain examples to maintain how safety records have been mentioned around here. In the month of April, I have obligated the years altogether, but nevertheless, it makes a absolutely sense as far as what kind of safety statistics that comes around it. Remember, the contribution has to be from top down, as been mentioned out here to the shop floor, top to shop, as I say. Now, what we are talking about is the safety statistics that as per the number of labor that were employed in the month of April, in the month of May, days worked for commencement for the month of April, for the month of May, accumulated lost days that comes around it. Now these will give me a glimpse if there are any break things happening around. So safety inspection meetings can be a stand-in meeting, can be done at the shop floor, at the work areas, and what is expected during inspection and so on and so forth. It is done at any point of time. Look at the glorifying pictures that I've been giving around it. This is not only inspection, it is also meeting, and herein vital points have been discussed. Safety meetings can be with the safety representative of the subcontract. Here we come up with the during a formal meeting. Remember, everybody is standing. There are people who are sitting down in a different meeting, which is much more formalized altogether. What I want to stress upon it to you people here, a safety meeting need not be always in a formal fashion. It can be in a semi-formal fashion, and in fact, very effective even in an informal. So area needed is a prompt rectification that needs to be done around it. What are the damage areas? Temporarily railings are not there. You have the railing completely missing. Damage, conspicuous netting is repaired. What is talking about the fire prevention? Look what we have done with the yeah, improvement. Now this is wrong, and this is what we are right. Damage temporarily railing and conspicuous netting on the floor end also, which comes around here. This is what we are done forward towards it. Similarly, I'll give you other photographs around here. Now, this is again wrong, which tells you what the new lock allotment to the temporary electricity distribution box. Where there are pegs, definitely there are pegs, but it is not properly locked. See, where is the lock? There is no lock, and here is the right thing because it has been clicked around it. So, mere photographs doesn't make any. I'll give you another examples of area improvement area requirement. Again, this is absolutely wrong. Why? Because toe board on the bamboo scaffold is reinstated in a position that comes across it. We have to understand this toe hold is all damaged. We need to go around it. See, now this becomes the right thing. It is there are no standings around absolutely. It is damaged. It is done. So this is the right method. You should understand at the end of the day on the top of the plank, if there are people out here as has been shown in this particular picture, we need to understand accidents or falls are going to happen, and it might result into unwarranted consequences. We are talking about the next particular area where there is a lifting of gears. This is again wrong. Why? See the wire which is not even stress around it. It is so loosened as have been shown by my cursor. So lifting of gears might be a combination effort. There might be only one wire which might be actually bearing the weight, but out here is the right thing, right entanglement, where there is absolutely both the wires taking the right actions altogether, lifting gear rectified. Now we're moving to the next combination altogether. This is when we need to understand what happens if there are pails not being used in an upturn fashion. If you're not upturned, there would be liquid falling down from the atmosphere. There might be bad things that might happen. People, the animals might make a nest out of it, might be utilized the other way around. So it is better not to allow any stagnant water to fall around it, and this is the right method where you can put it upside down or fall, make it the other way around, and which doesn't allow any stagnant water to come up in the pail and get stored on in or all around it. Let us come to the pre-working meeting wherein the installation part is being carried out here, which needs to be understood. Site specific safety meetings has to be prior to the operation, always at the beginning of the operation. You might try to apprehend what can go wrong and accordingly take precaution. This, remember, is a team meeting. This, remember, everybody's on the shop floor. This, remember, any accident can happen to any one of them. So everybody's point of view needs to be taken. Everybody should keep their all faculties of eyes and ears open altogether and look for danger signs. Positive safety attitude is welfare promotion. We have the water tank giving around it in the drinking water facilities. We are looking everybody get hydrated. Look at the fire safety things, the cylinders are in a separate area. We are using scaffolding everywhere. Everything has been covered altogether. People are with the requisite protective personal protective equipment. This is what we are looking into attitude. In terms of quality, regular inspection by the building department, regular inspection by the government, that needs to be done, and it might be a surprise thing. This will keep everybody on toes. This will ensure that all safety protocols have been met. We'll talk about the safety environment. What happens when, if the client who is awarding the projects to the company is been doing around it, looking into it, they might find out, yes, this is the company who is taking good care of the employees, and the quality of the work is also very true. So that can be done. In fact, the top bosses of the company can also make a sudden inspection and look what exactly has been happening around here. So this is where go around it. Technicals were the regulatory body. Every industry would have their own bodies which actually manifest the guidelines or the reactions from the industry's best practices. So that is what the technical regulatory body should also make an inspection from time to time. The crane which has been utilized to hang around or move things into the chemical field or the pits that has been there giving, it's a government department. Definitely it might be an association that can come across as a regular. So safety training, what I've again not given any years around here. Why? Because this is what I need to go around it. So this can be an accumulated number of classes that been covered out. Let's say first 6 months or last 18 months, if we want to go around it. So number of attendees and number of things. So it can be a 6 months from January to, let's say, June, and then it might be from previous year's January to this year's June. So accumulated, what are the differences, so that we can understand how importance, how credibility that we give it to the safety training. People have been trained around, people have been discussed around, and things have been noted out. We have safety training in terms of other kind of accumulated totals. Remember, a dollar invested in the training will be $100 equivalent worth of accident being avoided altogether. Absolutely, it increases your productivity. A toolbox talk training, we have it. The number of attendees we can. I'm just giving you a sample example for you to understand what exactly is meant by safety training. Yes, here we go. Safety training is the one thing that is the requirement for having a positive work. So talking about the safety promotion, there is very hot weather warning is one numbers, and 8 numbers would be thunderstorm warning. We have the safety news shares thing in the 4 numbers. Now these are safety circulation that comes around it. These are the number that has been circulated as and once about it. Remember, the highest number is given on an 8, which is a health warning. This is the highest number which comes around it is a health warning. We have the communication with everything that comes around. We need to with this, I come to an end of this presentation. Thank you for watching this particular presentation.